allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now, wow.
Why is it in black and white? Yeah, it's me. All right, just test running something. So, after reading the caption of the broadcast, if you have done that already, try read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them to join us. That Maiyegun is live. I actually call it special. You know, because I know a lot of you are pretty much like busy right now trying to either just getting into Christmas, or you are already out for the evening or maybe for the night. So you can share this moment with us as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I have been busy too. However, we can have a little bit of a gist like now, right? So it's been almost 2 weeks now that the former Minister of Justice or Minister of Injustice under Boko Haram, Abubakar Malami, has been in detention. Yeah, because remember the Abacha loot, as well as the relooting of Abacha loot. So they got some of Abacha's looted fund back into Nigeria, only for Malami and his gang to take some cut for themselves. And that is what the EFCC said they are holding him for. And they have said that not only that they've traced billions of Naira to about 42 bank accounts, now they have published 31 properties. Abubakar Malami was this charge and bail lawyer as far back as 2015, you know, until Boko Haram became your president. And moment after that, as one of the CPC guys, he was appointed as Minister of Justice to later come and inflict injustice on Nigerians. You know, implemented some, you know, draconian sort of like laws. In fact, they became so lawless that everybody they wanted to put away, they could just tag anything. And once they tag you anything, you will be gone. Malami ensured of that. While they were imprisoning Nigerians, abducting them, jailing them, of course, yeah, using their corrupted judiciary, okay, to try to gag people. They were busy stealing too. 31 properties worth 212 billion naira. That's the Minister of Justice under the supposed fighter of corruption. Because that was what Boko Haram was supposed to be. He was supposed to come and fight corruption for them. You know what I mean? Put corrupt people in jail only for them to deplete Nigeria resources so much that Nigeria entered recession. And for more than 8 years now, it's been in that recession. Became the poverty capital of the world. So the politicians became richer. They were so rich. They've got so much money. The country got so depleted. And at the same time, yeah, the country became so much indebted that generations would have to be born into poverty, paying back the debt that never really brings them any development other than just a few people who became, you know, stinkingly rich. One of them is Malami. I'm going to list out the names of these properties. Even though those who are currently hounding him, like, you know, locked him up, right, are not so different. They are doing their own right now. And maybe after 4 years, I've been after 8 years, many of them too will be hunted down. But the real losers in all of this are no other than Nigerians who are trapped in all of this. Okay, one person owned these properties on your screen, according to EFCC, in Kebbi, in Abuja, in Kano. Okay, his properties in okay, they said total valuation. His properties in Kebbi states include Rehan University and Education. You know what they do? They will steal money meant for education, money meant for healthcare. They will open universities to launder the money, private universities, hotels. They open hotels. Sometimes they will even like open recreation centers, and on like that. Sure, you get. So in Kebbi State, money looted from Nigeria. Malamu, got himself, Rehan University permanent site, 56. How much is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 56 billion naira. That's a lot of money for Rehan University, right? Rehan University third site, temporary site, permanent site. So temporary site, 37 billion naira, 37.8 billion naira worth. Third site, 2.4 billion. Rehan University Vice Chancellor's House, 490 million naira. Rehan Model Academy, 11.2 billion naira. Rehan Primary and Secondary School, 8.7 billion naira. All of this Malamu built after he became your Minister of Injustice. In Abuja, it's got properties worth over 34 billion naira, right? And of course, in Kano State, it's got properties over 16 billion naira, as all listed up there. Names of his children and some names of his wives, some of these properties. They value them, according to the Efcc, they valued all of these properties at over 200 billion naira. So right now, Malamu is telling everybody that the reason why they are hunting him is because he is not supporting Tifnumbu. That because he left Tifnumbu. Do you get me now? So take a look at other properties, yeah? You got the one called the Asbir Arena in Kebbi. They have hotel worth 10.3 billion. Yeah, printing press worth 1.6 billion. Gallery worth 581 million naira. Outdoors 392 million naira. See that? All of this, right? And then of course the Kebbi properties. Then you have where again? Rehan Agro Allied Factory. Rehan Agro Allied Factory. That one on the top right, yeah. Then you have the properties in Kano, which included the hotels. He's got a mosque that he built there with stolen money. All of this, so in case if they are going to tell you that Malamu was a rich guy, it wasn't. Malamu was a struggling charge and bail lawyer who, with a quota system, managed to become a son. Did he actually become a son after he became, he was appointed as Minister of Injustice in Nigeria? Like I said, those ones who are there right now, who are possibly going to, or who are exposing these rogues to us, are doing their own too. But before we get we should actually stick to that, right? So the conversation around the new tax law in Nigeria is getting a lot of people crazy right now. Like, people are panicking. In fact, if it is not properly handled, right, it could lead to a total national, breakdown of law and order. I am saying this simply because whatever Tifnumbu and his gang thought they have, passed, like they've managed to get over, seemed like the dead body they buried, or the corpse they buried, the body is pretty much outside now. Since the expose that they forged the supposed gazetted tax law. Now, the way Tifnumbu and this gang are actually really making this their law claim, this their new tax law, right? The way they are making it look like Nigerians have never paid taxes, or like they have not been paying taxes in Nigeria. The way they are actually like campaigning it. Meanwhile, a lot of people are asking that it is not about the payment of taxes, so to say, because Nigerians have been paying taxes anyway. So Nigerians are not going to start paying taxes because Tifnumbu want to make a new tax law. So what Tifnumbu's Taiwo Oyedele, the guy that put together this tax reform, all right, what he said was that the new tax law is going to be in favor of the poor people, because you are those that have been multitasked, right? When the real people who have the real money, are not really being taxed well. So with this new tax law, the poor people are protected. That's what they sold to you. And because of this, a lot of people felt like, well, a lot of the those who believe in them felt like, what's bad in that? If poor people are not going to really be taxed, and then the rich will be taxed more. But things started changing. Narratives started changing when we started hearing that, hey, the supposed gazetted law, new law, seemed to be different from the one that got passed, the harmonized bill that got passed by the National Assembly. So the argument then has been like to and fro, to and fro. People have presented evidence, the evidence of this alteration, they call it alteration, which means what the National Assembly deliberated and passed and gave to Tifnubu, then Tifnubu signed, in the presence of everyone, is different from what the government eventually gazetted. And what are these differences, or what difference? So people started pointing out, one, that the taxman, okay, could go straight to your bank and take your supposed unpaid taxes. If you don't file your taxes properly, you might end up, you might end up violating the new tax law by paying, the sha. But what will make them go to your bank? This is where Oledele Abioyedele said, well, it's always been the case that government comes into your bank to take your money because you didn't pay taxes, right? It's not new in Nigeria. And others are like, no. But if you have not been paying taxes like in Nigeria, you may never know. But those who have been paying taxes were like, no. But you did tell us that, indeed, you actually told us that there's nothing like government coming to take your money. You know what I mean? Like if you don't pay your taxes or you pay the wrong taxes and all that. So there's so much information going out there. But you see this particular one where those who thought they are not really going to be affected are beginning to kind of like have a rethink in a way that more or less like they are not sure, or no, I think they don't trust Tifnubu and this gang. And rightly so, they have the right not to trust them. So what happened to these different versions? The National Assembly said they did not pass any version that says that government could come and take your money if you don't this or that. There's no version of the bill that allowed the government to go and sign an MOU on this issue of tax collection with France, a third party. So all this have been pointed out, right? But there are others who they are no longer interested in even having the conversation. They're just waiting for the January 1st to begin the showdown. But when Taiwo Oyedele was at the Arise studio, he wasn't there. And he was trying to explain that if there are two versions of the bill, it could be before the harmonization. The 5 House of Representatives members have come out to say they printed this copy from the ministry, from the website of the Ministry of Information, and it showed that it is gazetted. This is the gazetted one. Meanwhile, the one that is on the National Assembly's website, supposedly, which was the harmonized one, House of Representatives and the Senate, right? Harmonized bill, the final one, was supposed to be on which was what they forwarded to Tifnubu. This was supposed to be on the website of the Senate, but somehow it seems like it's no longer there, or maybe it was never there. But somehow these guys have been able to print these two out, and they are not outsiders. They are members of the National Assembly, 5 of them. Part of what they pointed out. Let me see if this screen is going to be clear enough. Can you read this a little bit, right? Okay, you should be able to. So the insertion For example, right, that yellow path, okay, if you take a look at that, the supposed Fiscal Reforms Nigeria website, the original one gazetted, sorry, the original one approved and given to Tinubu to sign. That one has a section, it's got a subsection 8. Do you see that? A party dissatisfied with the decision of the High Court may appeal to the Court of Appeal, while an appeal against the judgment of the Court of Appeal shall be to the Supreme Court. But when you go to the section 8 in the gazetted copy in the Ministry of Information of Nigeria, meaning the one that Tinubu claimed to have received and signed, take a look at what is in section 8. This is about you fighting that, maybe they shouldn't take your money, or why you shouldn't pay this particular tax, or why you miss this tax or that, okay? Appealing that. So check that section 8 again. Subsection 8 is different. Where a taxpayer dissatisfied with the judgment of the Tax Appeal Tribunal, it is no longer High Court or Appeal Court anymore. It is now Tax Appeal Tribunal. It may appeal to the High Court, provided that it shall pay 20% of the disputed amount into an account designated by the High Court as security before the hearing of the appeal, and include the evidence of payment while filing the notice of the appeal. Do you understand what that means, right? Yeah, they started one tiny something there. Okay, so let's assume that the taxman wants to tax you a certain amount, and you're like, no, I can't pay that. No, that's wrong. And you decided to go to court, okay, so that you can to take them to court. So you were allowed to take them to court and fight it. Okay, if you lose, you pay. If you win, then you still pay, but you pay what you think you should pay. Okay, that's the section that they signed. That is the one Tinubu signed in public. But the one they gazetted that they are about to implement in January, that one now says you must pay the 20% of that money. Let's assume that they say your tax is 2 million naira. So you would have to first, before you even file any appeal or try to fight anything, you will go and deposit 400,000 naira into a designated account. Okay, so before you file or your appeal is even like your case is allowed for hearing. That's not part of what the National Assembly passed. That was an insertion of Tinubu and his gang, the adulteration. And so there is more. Watch this. So in their own, they now added another subsection, which is subsection 9. They said a party dissatisfied with the decisions of the High Court may appeal to the Court of Appeal, while an appeal against the judgment of the Court of Appeal shall be to the Supreme Court. So what was subsection 8 in the approved the passed bill? Okay, it's now subsection 9. So yeah, they took him up on that in the Arise studio yesterday. Oyedele, his response.
So first thing is, in your opening comment, and I've seen that quite a bit in the past couple of days, that I said that the regulation in circulation is fake. So that's not what I said.
Okay.
What I said, because I was also granting an interview, and the reporter displayed a section of the law in the Gazette, and then the similar section in quotes in the harmonized version by the National Assembly, and was asking me whether that was indeed an alteration. And before then, I'd seen this report about all these sections that they claim were altered substantially. And the report was giving the impression that this was a report of the House of Representatives Committee investigating the matter. So I saw one of the sections, which I'm going to show you now, and I knew that was not in the Gazette, and they claim it was in the Gazette. So I called one of the lawmakers in the committee, and I said, just to clarify to you, this, your reports, you reference something that does not exist. And the guy said they haven't even met. So apparently, some people decided to write what alterations they thought were made, and it didn't come from the committee investigating it. Some people have done graphic design on top of it. So my response was, I don't think that it would be productive to start discussing alleged alterations that we don't know where it came from, and certainly not from the House committee. So, and then some people reported it as me saying that the Gazette in circulation was fake. That's not what I said. Now, number two issue is those things that they listed, and one of it I can show you here, is about saying that you have to pay a deposit of 20% if you want to go to appeal. And that's under the Nigeria Tax Administration Acts, Section 41, subsection 8. That's what they've been quoting. Yes, and I can just give to Rufai. So this is the Nigeria Tax Administration Act, Section 41, sub 8. If you read it, you not find it there. So my view is we should allow the lawmakers do their investigation and come up with what they consider to be an alteration that is substantial, and then they make the decision as to what to do subsequently, rather than trying to speculate and discussing things that we're not even sure where those things came from.
So, now that guy is the consultant hired by Kolu, all right? And to him, he never inserted that per se. But did you see that he practically denied it? Okay, he said the lawmakers should investigate, because all these things they are saying, right? He can't say yes, he can't say no. So they should do their investigation. It is their job to investigate that the law they passed, okay, the bill they passed into law and signed by the president is the same that is about to be implemented. So 5 of these people who have actually pointed it out are now saying that gazetted bill should not be implemented, while others are saying, hey, why are you asking Tifnubu not to implement it? You've already passed something, right? If you have now discovered the fraud, there's forgery, you have to deposit 20% of the disputed this money or that, and the taxman go to your bank and take the money. If you fail to pay, can they just go to your bank and deduct it from your bank account? Well, yes, they can. Okay, I think. And that's what we legally said. But initially, when people picked that out and said, from January, Ogbeni, if you don't pay your tax with your NIN or BBVN, all right, they could go to your bank and take it. This cunning guy actually initially tried to downplay it, because that's why he's trying to downplay it, and eventually said, then that's the last resort. With Tifnumbu, they will start from the last. The one they should do last will be what they will do probably first. January Mawa, interesting. Very, very interesting.
So it can't be the taxman just waking up and say, Rufai is owing us 2 million naira. Bank, give us the 2 million naira. No. You have to go through that process that involves stages of the courts to finally establish that that tax is indeed due and payable. Before you can now say, I give you notice to pay within 30 days. You refuse. I write to banks. Do you have this guy's account? Does he have money inside? So that process and that provision is in the current law. It's in this current law that we have.
Right, that they can actually take money from their bank accounts.
No, I'm saying that power, first and foremost, is in the current law, right? But before you can get there, See the process you have to go through now.
No, but in the end,
It's possible. It happens everywhere in the world.
Because you had gone ahead.
Yes.
In one of your interventions, saying that nobody can take money from your bank account. So what you are saying invariably is that the taxman can actually take money from your bank account when you go through this process, right?
So let me clarify it, because I know the headline tomorrow will not be that I say they can take money from a bank account. We're careful not to have a run on banks. I'm saying
journalists.
No.
I'm
not even. It may not even be you. What we have seen, the interview I granted was on channels. The guys that said I said this was fake wasn't channels. People pick those things and they write whatever they like. So we're saying this power of substitution is in the current law we operate. It has always been.
That they can take money from the bank.
The same way they can sell your house. The same way they can
sell your
car.
So they can take more money.
Wait, before they get to that point, is a very elaborate process. You will not go through that process to collect 1 million naira tax. It's not worthwhile. So which means the people they are trying to create the fear in their hearts are not going to ever have to worry about this provision.
But in the end,
it's there. It's there.
End, they can take money from your bank account.
It is possible to take money when you've gone through the court process. Yes.
Now, let us be very clear, okay? Like I said, payment of your taxes, all right, is the law. You pay taxes, all right? And it is also one very good civic responsibility as well. And usually, okay, people don't mind to pay taxes as long as they can see what that tax money is being used for. Do you get it? Do you get that? Now that's the motivation for it. Currently, more than 60 to 70% of supposedly able-bodied Nigerians are either unemployed or underemployed. A reality that Tifnubu's regime have managed to hide away by creating a false figure of a false country that is so overemployed. Because according to them, right, and their own data, only 4.2 or 4.3% Nigerians are unemployed. Others are employed. So, on the other hand, they also acknowledge the fact that Nigerians are very poor. So poor that they put a threshold of the minimum earnings that you have to have before you start paying taxes or getting to charge for taxes will be 800,000 naira per annum. So their minimum wage is 70,000 naira. In some places, I think it's 80,000 or maybe 90,000. So all you have to do is add all of them together in a year. So 70,000 minimum wage in a year without taxes is 840,000 naira. So what that simply means is that they will only just tax your 40,000 naira. For those ones they would take to court or demand that they should put down 20%, according to this guy, it's not you, because you don't they can't take you to court because of 1 million naira. They can't, they won't come to your bank to take a tax of 500,000 naira or a tax of 40,000 naira. A tax from your 40,000 naira or a tax from your 500,000 naira. So he's saying that the people they set that up for is for the big earners. Do you get me now? But the thing is, he's been disingenuous. He's not very honest. Because from my own experience, right, you see those people that you call the big ones, the rich ones, that they are targeting to tax. Number one, the highest taxpayer in Nigeria is Dangote. He's also the highest employer of labor. This is a guy that pays taxes to the tune of like 300, 400 billion naira in a year or even more. He also enjoys some tax rebate and the rest of that, right? But the rich people don't really pay taxes. They have a way of escaping payment of taxes. They all have charities here and there. They all have a way of hiding their profit. And the system helps them. So then that takes us to the next supposedly average people, the middle class. Middle class in Nigeria has shrunk. No thanks to the APC in the last 10 years, in the last decade. So who exactly are they looking for to tax? I don't know the magic. See, me, I'm not an economist, though. I can smell BS. Some I can smell it from far. Maybe not all of the bullshit, right? But I can smell some from far. When you know the characters you are dealing with, dishonest, untrustworthy. So then you just have to gamble it. So the argument of some people now is that not that they don't want to pay taxes, not that they are not probably going to welcome every sanction that comes with them not paying taxes, okay? They will gladly welcome that. But what is going to be the sanction? What is going to be what do you call it? What is going to be the punishment for those who then loot these taxes, okay, to go and buy themselves these choice properties all over the place? Supposedly money meant for the development of the country ended up in the private pocket of these criminal politicians, and there is no consequences. So how about it is stated in that same their law? It's late now, by the way, because they've already passed it. So how about they put it in that same law that if anyone is caught stealing or mismanaging taxpayers' money in Nigeria, they should probably go on to 20 years imprisonment. I'm not saying life in jail or any other thing. 20 years, and they should be barred for life in participating in anything public or I'm sure you get. But you know they won't do that. You know, so all this harassment about taxes, right? People, I mean, the Ronukus, most of them who are mostly jobless, by the way, you know, like they just have to wait and live off the supposed crumbs that falls from the table of these looters themselves, right? So they are making it look like Nigerians never actually really pay taxes. The reason why Nigeria government have been losing taxes, in all honesty, as much as they have taxed you to death in that place, you have no idea. If we start breaking down all these taxes, you have it's like the UK. You have all these different taxes, income taxes, salary taxes, VAT, import duty, stamp duty, bank transfer charges. What else again? They shall have all these things that by the time you put everything together, what they take from you every day, bit by bit, but it's still never enough. It can't be enough because you can't tax poverty. Here you get me now. So they've doubled this, tripled that, you know, yet, despite the millions of Nigerians, supposedly the population, which is what they are somehow probably like building on. Yeah, Nigeria population. If we tell them that 80 to 90% of them are working, so we need to know what they are doing with that money. Where are they putting the money, so that we can squeeze anything we can from that. Ignoring the obvious, you can't tax poverty, and if you have to, then that should come with some consequences. That if anybody mismanaged their money, if anybody loots their money, right? This must happen. If they use the money to buy themselves brand new vehicles in 2026, then there should be there should be national uproar. If they use the money to build themselves new mansions as they normally do, billions upon billions to renovate their same mansions and pay themselves even more money, that should come with consequences. But that's not part of their tax law. You know? Anyway, let's go to something else. I know a lot of you are currently, for those of you who are in Nigeria, all right? So you're having your different experiences right now. Those who have been stuck in traffic and those who have had their own luggages mixed up, not delivered, and those who are already having fun all over the place. Yeah? Well, last night, it wasn't all fun in Gamburu. This is supposed to be a market community. So just when they want to go for their Maghrib prayer, this was around 7 p.m. Okay, in Gamburu market, it's a mosque in there. Okay, a suicide bomber strolled in an Iswap, alleged Iswap, and detonated his suicide vest and took 5 worshippers with him inside the mosque in Borno State yesterday. Let me see if I still have that copy.
Ari. Ankara da jama'a. Tuno dano. Kuma kame. Demand tomorrow. Therein sendiri. Talayan nan ne kira ka fita nan wajen ba. Ina so mu shiga aiki ne. A mu shiga aiki. Zan samu Ganangalawa?
So that was the aftermath. And is one of the survivors. A lot of people got injured as well, you know. So one of the survivors shared his own experience. Alhamdulillah, that he is alive. You know what I mean? So, thanking God. It is believed that this attack was carried out by the Iswap terrorist or Iswap terror group. Yeah. And in the last 48 hours, the two states in northern Nigeria, Kano, who have also started experiencing the influx of these Fulani terrorists, who have now started attacking the fringes of, you know, the border towns between Katsina and Kano already, kidnapping people. In fact, some of the locals themselves have become so enraged that they have started hunting the supposed Fulani terrorists as well. So it's getting kind of like busy up there. So in Kano, the Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano, remember him, Gandola, decided that he was going to set up a private ISBA security group because they can't really trust the ANPP government of Kano to set up the security for Kano State, the forest guard or something. An arrangement that is supposedly between the state and the federal government of Nigeria, that, you know, the locals will supply the needed personnel for the, what do you call it, forest guards that Tinubu announced early in the year that, okay, now they're going to start forest guard. And they were supposed to have started since, I believe, since April or thereabouts. Anyway, so Gandola believed that this is a direct way of harming some youth that will eventually be used or useful during their election. I don't know how he got the audacity from. They started recruitments to the point that the state government had to go up Like they have to go to war with him. I don't know how far that is so, but they have launched their own 2,000 forest guards that will have to protect and defend the people of Kano State. I mean, they also have Iswap, by the way, the Islamic police of Kano, all right? But these ones are forest guards. Their job is to go after the bandits, they call them, but they are Fulani terrorists. And you start seeing them begin to arrest people for not observing Ramadan. Abi, they are not, or what do you call it? Start arresting people for blasphemy. But for now, they said they are forest guards.
There is action. Establishment of the neighborhood watch is a masterstroke in this dual strategy. Firstly, it makes us safer. We are professionalizing our community security approaches to decisively confront the security challenges threatening our borderlands. Secondly, it provides dignity and purpose. With the graduation of over 2,000 of you today, we have formally taken over 2,000 young men and women off the streets and placed them onto the front lines of civil service. You are not just securing your communities, you are building a career, earning a livelihood, and becoming role models for the next generation by the grace.
You get it? So they are called Neighborhood Watch, who are to help protect the border line, the border towns or the forest. The ones in Niger State, that one is even extra. All right. They were doing their own graduation, and at the same time, they were doing shooting targets or something. I've been a target shooting. This was the Niger governor and their own neighborhood watch, forest guard.
want to go and finish them. Okay, sir. How is Mora? Hi, sir. How is Mora? Hi, sir. How is Mora? Hi, sir. Formation. Advance. The beauty of this formation is that they have all of them. So they have their
Do you get it? Okay. If you don't get it, you have to forget about it. So that's them training. But there's something there that is meant to be pointed out, and that is the AK-47 that is meant to be provided literally for these over 2,000 youth to provide, security, neighborhood watch, and the rest of that, and be able to combat the bandits. It's quite a good idea, but I mean, more than 3 years or so ago, in the southern part of Nigeria, the western part of Nigeria launched a community policing as well, which in itself called Amotekun. But they have been battling the federal government since under Boko Haram. They've been battling with federal government to allow them to carry assault rifles, because the terrorists that they are going to be confronting or combating, these are guys who are carrying AK-47 and even heavier weapons. They've not still been able to, they are not allowed. So it's quite surprising to see these guys with AK-47 in practice and all that. I mean, the governor shooting AK-47 and all that. So it stinks. Even the people that claim to have started Ebubeagu in the eastern part of Nigeria, I don't even know if they're allowed to carry kondo, thick, because it's going to be like, no, you can't allow 2,000 youth in Imo State to have guns. So you can't allow 2,000 young people in Abia, 2,000 in this, 2,000 in that. That's like 10,000 young, able-bodied youth trained in combating and then given AK-47. No, that's dangerous to Nigeria. But AK-47 now water when it comes to them in another part of Nigeria. The hypocrisy of one Nigeria. You know what I mean? Like, everybody should be doing this. They should legalize it. These are going to be government-issued guns, right? And these are meant to be people who are vetted enough to say, okay, they should go into security, protecting their communities and the rest of that. And then you are issuing them guns. But we are dealing with the part of Nigeria that's got control of, weapon of mass destruction. When it comes to the weapons in the arsenal of these terrorists, you can only imagine how much they've been able to sustain this war on Nigeria for over a decade, 14 years of bloodbath and killings. And then the Nigerian political class are more interested in, pacifying them, kind of like placating them, making them offer. They fought so much that they've gotten the Ministry of Livestock in Nigeria today. Terrorists have their own ministry in Nigeria. in the effort of Nigerian government trying to placate them. Sure, you get. Northern part of Nigeria have weapons that can start war. Or do you understand what I mean? Like in the hands of these terrorists, and they know. So the only person or the only kind of like a faction that has more weapons will be the government. But unfortunately, it seems that it's also compromised. Compromised enough that different counter orders, counter orders to go after them. No, don't go after them. And all this stuff. Yet, they seem to still very much be free to get more guns without the rest of us raising eyebrows, while those of us who are also victims of this terrorism in other parts of Nigeria are not really allowed. Even when governments, I'm talking about even governments, supposed state governments who have enacted laws made by the State House of Assemblies. Do you understand what that means? It means that everything was established according to law, but there is how far they could go. How do you face terrorists who have RPG and you are still, you are carrying your pump action gun? When they have guns, when they have weapons that could fire 100 rounds, 50 rounds, 100, 200 rounds of ammunition within a minute or two. Crazy, yeah? But the youth in Kaduna, they are more busy rather than, do all this we are talking about. They are busy chasing one of theirs, a lawmaker that decamped from PDP to go and join APC. Allegedly, got waylaid in Kaduna, and then this happened. Now, their lawmaker that they beat so. According to the story, that's the lawmaker representing Ikara, Kubau, Federal Constituency of Kaduna State in Abuja. He is among the lawmakers that recently left PDP to go and join APC, like their peers who have been cross-carpeting. So they also heard that he is also supporting Tinubu's new tax law. Now, let me tell you something, right? Like I said before, if something is not, I don't know what will be done, but if something is not done about this issue of their new tax law, before the end of February, there may be a massive protest again in Nigeria. And I am talking about the one that is going to be more than you've ever seen before. Yeah, people they para right now. And it seemed that it's getting to that boiling point that any little thing is market and anyone is market. Right? So they've started warning their lawmakers. And because election is also very much coming soon, so some of them have started politicizing it up north. You know what that means, right? It simply means that once they take it to be a target on, if politicians make the narrative goes like it's a target on them, I think, you know, there were some youth in Abuja who protested. These ones are like ATC youth in Abuja. You know what I mean? They were asking that they should reject it. A few days ago, to the commencement of the tax.
That's in the ball. 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 APC. 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 That's in the ball. We want the Senate President to come out here because he is a representative of the people. Yes. He is a representative of Nigerian citizens. Yes. He is not a representative of Tinubu. Yes. He is not a representative of Tinubu family. Yes. So we want him to come out. We are not living here until when we see the Senate President. We have a written message for him. We will deliver this message. This law will not go. This tax reform bill is null and void. This tax reform bill does not follow constitutional procedure. Yes. So we are not accepting it as ADC first, as Nigerian citizens. Yes. So we are here, we will not move an inch until when the Senate President come out and receive our message. We are here to see the Senate President. That is just our message.
They were there to see Ababiole. Sorry about that. I left the music on the last time. Mind you, the line is open though. Yeah. I mean, I could take calls just in the spirit of the season. Yeah. Yeah, I could take calls. If your call comes through, I'll take it. I'll pick it. I promise. All right. So yeah, slowly but steady. I mean, they say slowly but surely, it is all brewing, among many other things. Oh, they feel me. But in Zamfara, it's a different ball game. A guy that is believed to be the finance commissioner was caught in a short clip, managing what should be the state money. I mean, why would they do this? See, I've got a caller on the line. Hello.
Hello, the general.
Polapenga, is that you?
Yes, sir. This is me, sir.
Baba, Merry Christmas, so compliment of this season.
The same to you, sir. The same to you, sir. And to your beautiful family. Yeah, we are doing great.
Thank God too.
At least we just finished eating the Christmas rice and everything. I didn't get it, sir.
I said we are looking forward to 2026. Are you?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Beautiful.
By the grace of God, next year will be very much better than this year.
Amen.
We hope so. We pray. Yes.
2025 has been like, oh my dear God. But anyway, it's good to hear from you. You want to say something?
Yes. You know, based on your last statement, you said there could be a powerful protest than ever.
Yes.
And didn't have ever witnessed. I agree with you on that, 100%. I agree with you on that. You know, even right here in UAE, most of us here, we have some change, not even money in our account. Do you know that people will go in like my wife account? He will he will go in and pull out money. This is government doing it. Not twice, not one, not two, not more than 40.
Because I also do not want us to misinform people. Do you understand that now, right? There's so much that is going on. So
yes,
the first one is that it is very hard to trust what Tinubu and his people are saying. I get that. Okay.
Yes.
At the same time, if we actually want to hold them, we should hold them based on what they have put out there. To start with, the issue of paying taxes and all of that stuff, I know people have their own what do you call observation about that or reservation about it, okay? But the thing here is this. They said, if you are meant to pay a certain amount of tax and you do not pay, because they would have access to your bank details and everything anyway on request. So they would then write you. That's what they said. They would write you and say, Polapenga, you made over 15 million naira in your trade in 2026. You are supposed to pay the tax of, let's say, you are supposed to pay the tax of 2 million naira or 2.5 million naira, but you only paid 200,000 naira. So they will ask you to come and explain yourself. That's what they said. Come and ask you to come and explain yourself, right? And if you can't prove it, that simply means they will demand that you pay the money. Then you can then go to court. So if you now go to court and say, no, I'm not paying because this is what I have to pay, blah. If you lose, that is when they will then go to your account and take money. That is got to go through bank. The problem here is that is causing a bit of problem is that what then happened to 20% you are talking about? Because if I say I can't pay 20 million naira tax for this reason and that, if I have to go to court, does that mean that I have to put in, I have to put in 4 million naira before you even allow me to prove my case?
These people
go on. So that's why I said that we shouldn't just make it look like you guys just straight to that too. All those points are also very vital.
Yes, sir.
But go on.
Yes, sir. But what I was trying to say is that even like last year, June, my wife account removed some money, even my own account.
Oh yeah.
Even these guys, some studio.
Anyway. They are doing that. Deduction from bank accounts. Yeah.
Even some studio was it not yesterday? He made a video that they remove money from his access bank.
Yeah, but that one is not about the tax yet. So that of
I thought that
go on.
General, I thought that the people that will pay this tax is people that made their money from Nigeria, not people that is that side. Yes. So how can you go to someone that based outside? You go to his account and remove some money. It didn't work in Nigeria. Maybe he didn't make any money from Nigeria. No, any from the country outside. Then you go into his account and remove some money. He says it's for tax.
So
because people are already
tax.
And we base here, not in Nigeria. They go to our accounts there. It's so difficult that even we, after Nigeria, we can't even access our account because we have not done NIN. So how come government will just go into our account? Even with us on the account, we can't access the account until we do our.
That's what they are going to be doing from next year. But what they are telling people is that before they go to your account, you and them would have gone to court first, and you must have lost.
Yes,
that's when they will now go.
That one is good.
And take money.
Yes,
so
that one is.
You are saying
that one is understandable.
You are already experiencing deductions.
Yes, twice. Not from bank. If I will call my account officer and say no, it's not from the bank. If he traces it, you see that it's from government. I don't know. I'm surprised. Or is it that maybe when we send money to our account, they will go and withdraw charges, government charges, behind door. Then they will enter someone's account with those charges by their own power. Because Nigeria will burn that many people will protest. So jobless people, no food, no water, no government provision, no facilities for the hospital, in school. Then you say want to tax people 20%. So after a market woman will go and suffer, and make trade. A market woman with 5 children, she will suffer and do trade. You will go to her account and remove her money forcefully.
And you know those
it will not work.
You know those our women in Nigeria. There are some of them that you know those also are like dealing all this interstate trade. Some of them actually deals in a single month, or they deals in millions of naira. So those people would have to start paying some tax consultants to help them file their taxes. There is so much anyway, but I don't know if I covered all of it. Right now, maybe again, this is a good thing. Even though it's not. Maybe it's a good thing. Let me even say that, right? Let's say maybe it's a good thing. Maybe right now, people who don't give a damn about what's going on in the country, as long as they are still making small money, they are still being able to take care of their families. Maybe right now that their money will actually be drawn so much in the way they are presenting. Maybe now they'll be interested in how the money is being spent.
I'm telling you.
Maybe everybody will be interested.
I'm telling you.
Like, you know, people don't really care.
Do you know that people go through a lot to make money? They will have to. Some even take loans. Some take loans from this money point to start their own self-employed business. No salary earners. So this is their hard money. If they lose on their own. Then they will not suffer and make profit under the rain and the sun. The government will not go to their account. Government doesn't even know how they make money, how they survive, how they live, how they feed. No provision for them. They will not go to their account and remove money.
I know your own experience is pretty much like so early right now. So it's making it difficult for somebody to really get it, okay? According to them, they said you are the one that will be filing your tax every month and say this money is gift. This one is money for payment of so and so. So that you have to
every month.
It, so they will tell which one they will tax. It's not like every month in your account that they see like this, so they will just go there and take. But the way you are saying it right now is they say they
people that maybe those that didn't file for tax payment, like self-employed, they will have to go to their account by themselves, isn't it?
Yeah, but they said they have ways of doing it. They have put ways out for people to do it and just say, okay, this is my money. This one I use. This one is a gift from my brother from abroad. Or this money was sent to me from abroad. This 20 million was sent to me for construction work. It's not my payment for anything. They say you have to explain them that if you make all those explanations, right, then you don't pay taxes on them.
Good, better. Yeah, now I get your point now.
Hang on, the only thing, according to them, I'm not even like defending them. I just want this to also be out there so that it doesn't mean like we are miseducating people too, okay? Until they start acting funny, like some of you are expecting them to do. Okay, 2 taxes. If you are working, your normal income tax and whatever will be paid. Your tax will be paid by your employer. You get me now? So you don't pay any other taxes. But if you are self-employed, you have to say, this is what I am selling. Okay? And this is how much of this thing I sold this month. And I made this is so much. So if that money you claim to make is at that threshold, and if you are a business owner, self-employed, your own is not 800,000. I think your own is 5 million naira. So which means if you make 4.5 million naira this month, profit and everything, right, you don't pay any tax according to them. You get me now?
Better.
So if you want to file your tax, you file it either as self-employed or maybe in a way, So at the end of the day, it's probably going to be those who have never really, pay taxes who first face the wahala when they begin to take their money like you're projecting, all right? But I am more interested in what they do with the money, how people actually really want, you know what I mean? How people want to be interested in what they use their money for. No,
I understand. Their target is the big men and the big women.
That's what they are telling people. They said they are going to take it from big men. All those big men, all these luxury buses, luxury cars, and all that, right?
Yes.
Well, big men don't pay.
Now I
like that, unfortunately.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Bolapenga, right? Thanks so much for stopping
You're
by.
welcome. You're welcome.
So,
Thank you very much.
ladies and gentlemen, that's Bolapenga, by the way. I think I have another caller. Interesting. So, Merry Christmas. Hello there.
Yes, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir. Is that Air Force One?
Yes, Baba, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good. How are you?
Well, I am still here. I'm surviving. Thanks so much for asking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So this tax drama thing going on that they are trying to enact. My thing is that Nigeria doesn't have structure to withstand or to start something like this. I don't think they have that structure yet.
Me too.
I don't think so.
I don't think they
have that structure.
No.
Because
according to
if you said, okay,
according to them, Baba, more than 60% bankable Nigerians are not banked. Do you get what I mean now? Like there's still so many millions of Nigerians who are supposed to have been registered to be in the banking system, but they are not. So the whole thing is just Baba, but go on.
Yeah, so I mean, my first concern would be the structure, because when you take money from people in form of tax, okay, so that means at the end of the year, because okay, I will assume they are trying to copy the Western world with this tax stuff, because it's not in our style from time immemorial to be taking taxes like that from people. Okay, yeah. Because predominantly, like when you look at the Western world, they initiated this tax system because they lacked some resources, and that's what they used to augment their own revenue. And they don't joke with that. And you can't even. There's no way you can boycott it. They will say a cut initial, because that is tax evasion, and there's penalty for that. People go to question for that. So if Tinubu and Co, the same people are not trusting them. I mean, to be honest with, if you see any Nigerian government official speaking on TV, it's just like a joke. There's not the credibility that they have.
Don't trust them. You understand?
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. That people don't have any trust in the government anymore.
Like this, it shouldn't be dramatical. Okay, as long as if people have actually connected to them enough that they could give them benefit of the doubt. But there is no trust. And that's what
no, there's no trust, because there's no trust now. Since the day of Buhari and Co, many Nigerians in their own right senses, I'm not talking about the gullible ones, so people with sense, Nigerians with sense, know that governance from the day of Buhari to the present moment is a joke.
Honestly.
Yes, it's a joke. So you will see somebody talking on the TV, just be like, who is this mofo? Mofo is surviving. The Senate president cannot be talking, I will take him serious. Even the president himself cannot be talking, I won't take him serious. Imagine what you discussed the other day about having cabal, and because of the cabal, the president might not even know what goes on in his own country. How stupid and irresponsible is that? It's even so nauseating to hearing, Baba. You are governing a nation. You are the president, and some people, some stupid entity, you said they are cabal, so they are not publishing their own paper separately. So in that sense, when you look at all these things from all these angles, this tax thing is just a joke. So they said they want to tax the rich people. Who are the rich people? It's not just less than 1% of them that the rich people. They want to tax Okoya. They want to tax Elumelu. They want to tax Okeowo. They want to tax who are these? Obukubana. They want to tax who are these guys again in the north? Just to mention a few. Who are the rich people there? What guy? Dangote, you want to tax those ones? Dangote that you gave sole monopoly system of business. Who does that? They are a joker. They are joker.
Would like to see.
Cannot be speaking.
I want to see them give up a lot of their own, suppose say, their comforts. But we know that that's not going to happen.
They will not.
You know what I mean? This not
Baba, they will not.
So there
They will not.
people
They will not do that.
customs. When you import
they will not do that.
import anything into the country, they're squeezing people so much that forgetting that the end users are the same Nigerians. Where they told you,
you see, it will not work.
You're not going to pay any taxes. Only for you to get
when you look at your structure, your Nigeria structure right now, obviously in governance there is no structure. Okay, security is, just let's even forget about that one. So how do you want to sustain this tax? This is a government. You see, government that will take taxes from people who have to be compassionate, have empathy, considerate, have passion for what they do.
You have to invest in
for what they do and invest in them. All these other nushikoti, I want the already poppy it won't call taking all the money. They are suffering all this money, embezzling all this money, keeping it in their wardrobe, in their rooms, under in graveyard, wherever. You are not even establishing companies, you are not even doing this, and you won't be taking taxes from people. If they do that, to the detriment of these people comfort, that they're already suffering already. In fact, everybody. What about the generation or new generation? Because that mutamo can no you want. But unless if they do the right thing. Baba. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for stopping by.
No wala.
You have a good one, sir. So that's your first one, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you still, because I know some of you probably you're somewhere just looking in to listen to Maiyegun. And I bet there's a chance that most of the viewers this are those who are in the diaspora. In the diaspora, in the sense that where you probably could spare some time to listen to Maiyegun. There's not much going on, is there? Because in Nigeria right now, everyone is somewhere. You got what I mean? We've seen the Dirty December, we've seen the village vibes, we've seen the travels, we've seen all that, So, yes, I have another caller. Let me take that before I continue here. Hello.
Hello, Maye.
Yes, sir. How are you, Baba?
Can you still remember? I'm very well. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Can you still remember the voice?
Try to grasp the moment you begin to speak.
This is innocent, Toby. It's been a very long time.
It's been innocent. How body?
Inside Koto. Yeah. To be honest, I've been around though. Honestly, it's been a very long time. But what caught my attention this night that I wanted to, speak on with that is thing. On your remarks, you said most people who are keeping silent that whatever that is going on in Nigeria doesn't affect them. I think this time around they will wake up from their slumber. And because it doesn't matter if you support APC or any other political party. Once you have a active bank operating in that particular place, that area, you are affected. Because these guys, they don't care. They are going... Exactly.
You get to a point you can't really pretend anymore. You have to voice out.
At all.
We're about to get to that.
Of course. So let me get to my point. Okay, this thing is very complicated. Okay, now it is very obvious that they have doctored the bill that was signed by the president. So I just want to be straight to the point. So now, what are the consequences of them doctoring the bill, supposed bill that is going to affect millions of lives in that particular place? What is the consequence of that particular action? I think if you ask me, I would say nothing. If you ask me, I would say nothing.
Right? But I'm just saying that
because there is not.
It's called treason.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I mean now?
Of course.
If the National Assembly make laws, right, they will transmit it to the president to sign. You see that between that transmission to is a very much delicate process. That if anybody, even if it's just where they are supposed to put and they removed and changed it to
exactly.
They've changed the law.
They have altered it.
It is a criminal offense.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what?
Exactly. And
they will even investigate the president and check if he's aware. If the president is aware, involved, is an impeachable offense.
Impeachable offense. Exactly.
Imagine, imagination of course. Both of us. We know what's going to happen and what will never happen.
So I'm just hoping this thing doesn't go through because millions of people will be affected. Many people, like I have spoken. Yeah, I've spoken to, do you know, since these things are coming to life now, because many people, they are from Nigeria or supposedly, because not everyone wants to identify with as Nigerian. They don't want to even talk about it. So sometimes I feel like when they start taking your money, then you understand what the gravity of what is being discussed. You just have to wake up now.
Start making videos. You start seeing them. Everybody start reacting. Oh my God! You start seeing them in the banks, and you be like, "Are you people not alive?" When this conversation has
when all these things are going on, exactly. You have to stand up, even if your voice counts for nothing or a little. It's something. You can inspire someone who is somewhere who is not even aware of what is going on. Yeah? So people are now beginning to see okay. How many days to January now? I think less than 6 days to January now. Mm-hmm. So the first we enter 1st January, and this particular evil act will come into play.
Like many, you know how they talk them into the subsidy removal. When business people,
exactly,
don't understand anything, they explain that the subsidy removal is going to make Nigeria poor. This country, if they didn't remove that subsidy that time, this country would have collapsed. Mm-hmm. Many of them
exactly that people were living fake life. That's what they said.
Where are they today?
Exactly. They are crying. Many of them are inside the grave.
Where are they today? Where are those promises made by Tinubu and his gang for removing subsidy? Where are those? When they remove electricity subsidy, some people they explain them to us as well. They said it will give Nigeria more electricity.
Where are they today? Band A, band B, band C, band D.
Band D, band E.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And this is the worst of it all. If Nigeria can survive this, I know, you see, Nigeria, whatever is being thrown to them, most times they take it with a pinch of salt and move on with that. I don't think this one, they can't allow this to slide, because every single person is affected, whether you are rich or you are poor. They can wake up one morning and go to anybody's account once anybody's potential target in this particular aspect. I'm thinking something will happen. I'm just thinking, maybe I don't want him to wound me, but I am just thinking, because of what the effect will be. What the effect will be. And also, if this is supposed to, be in effect, then I know if what I'm saying now is also imagination, making imagination not finishing also. Let it be clear, the punishment of whoever that is going to, embezzle or, loot this particular that
manage this
to come from people's accounts. In fact, it should be inserted. I know it's not going to be implemented. At least,
no pay that tax, but there is no punishment.
Yeah, exactly.
For collect the tax.
For
if they steal the
collect
tax.
the tax.
You know that.
That is the problem. That is the. I'm hoping something happens in this next 5 days. If not, well, after 2023, my expectation just died down. I can remember what you quoted. You said these people are going to do whatever they want and nothing will happen. Remember, all eyes on judiciary and nothing happened. They gaslighted the people. They threatened them like they were like harassing the judges, and people like backslided. But this particular tax, my goodness, it is going to, everybody is going to be on the run. Let me put it this way.
The point is, people can't feign ignorance anymore. Simply because whether they want to be honest or they don't want to be honest, whether they are listening to the far left, I mean at the far right, anybody who is trying to talk them into making it look like asking questions about these things is not necessary, right? Like subsidy, you know, it's just going to be a matter of maybe a few weeks now. The story is
just a matter of time.
Trust me.
Exactly. It will come into effect and people will see it for themselves.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I so much appreciate talking to you this evening. I so much appreciate. I didn't travel for Christmas. I am back here. Maybe I will come after this brouhaha. Yeah, I'm just taking my time.
Next year now, I'm actually going. Like we need to break that jinx, that nonsense of us pretending that these people are, you know, whatever we think they are. I don't care. I will be in that place next
But you have to be careful. At least you are a public figure. You have to be careful, and you know many people are depending on you.
It's for the
Many people are looking up to you.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I mean, lately, right? Innocent. Lately, I've started feeling so much like we are just going to keep here complaining, right? And somehow these guys are always going to do what they want to do.
Exactly. You know?
But
Maiyegun, just like you are saying now.
Things to change in whatever form we think. It's kind of why we are here. I know all of us can't be
exactly
there.
Also.
No, I understand all of us can't be there. But I don't think I'm pretty much too comfortable just talking from here anymore. I know a lot of people will be right now, right? But
no, I asked the same question, like, until when will this change? Until when?
There are some
until when?
And you can't really pull them from there. You get what I mean? But I won't say much.
That's true.
No sense. 2026 is going to be really engaging. It is going to be engaging.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
We'll see where that takes us, bro.
Hopefully.
The rest of
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Maye. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir. That's innocent. Oh, I think Charm is also on the line. Now that's interesting. It's going to be interesting. Charm, you there?
Hello.
Merry Christmas. How are you?
Merry Christmas, Maiyegun. How are you?
I'm very well, though.
You know what? My sister just asked me.
What?
She just asked me, Oda, where are you? And my sister is here with me. So she said, Ada, where are you broadcasting from?
Right.
I said that you're broadcasting from Scotland. She said, that if you're in Nigeria, they would have caught you right now.
No. I've heard that, Charm. I've heard that for years now, for the past 11 years. I don't think I'm going to actually want to hear it for another 11 years. I would rather go experience it now. Trust me, I am cooking politics.
Please, don't put it on blast like that. Just go quietly, come back quietly, and tell us about it.
You get what I mean? I'm trying to say that, but maybe people won't even understand anyway, right? I'm actually trying to put an end to that sort of like the barrier where, you know, some of the changes that we want to see. Do you get what I mean now? Like people like Charade they're in that country. A lot of people are in there that whether by and by wherever, sure you get. So maybe, because you know why I'm saying this? You know why I'm saying this? You know why I'm saying this, Charm, right? I was in a chat with someone who happened to be an MP, okay, in this country.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just me, with other people as well, but the only thing I could gather from that conversation, and for the first time, Charm, something actually hit me that I intend to explore from next year, that I don't give a damn about what these guys might, whatever they are anymore. You know what this person said?
I would love to know.
Yeah, it was talking about different plots and plans that this country have exploited over the decades. For example, immediately after the First World War, okay, which was pretty much like after the end of the supposed slave trade. So some of their economy took a hit in such a way that they designed a sort of like economic revival, which also included colonialism. So colonialism was birthed, right, in such a way that, for that period, right, they were able to export out those they called extraordinary or outstanding students. They sent them to Britain or other colonial headquarters all over the world, right, to get trained as the contact between these colonialists and their people to further, the colonialism and the rest of that, to perfect whatever plan they had for us. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, they gave us independence in such a way that when they gave us independence, right, they called us, for example, now they called us Commonwealth of Nations. We are a member of Commonwealth. We're supposed to move freely. We're supposed to trade freely. We're supposed to do things like the same. But we're never treated as Commonwealth citizens, as Nigerians. No, we're not treated like that. We're still treated like, you know what I mean, right? But in between, we have some of us who became Americans, those who became British. So what this MP was now saying is that when COVID, this is the recent one, when COVID, struck, a lot of people died, right? And there were so many shortages of workforce here and there. What did they do? They went straight to the third world countries again. They put a scheme together. They called it a COS. Come over to the UK. After 5 years, you get your residency. And after 6 years, you become British. Right? So because of this, they put together this cheap labor kind of pay and all that. Well, some people were even given money, right? Their tickets money to travel, apart from, the visas and all of that. Some people were given the money. So this MP was now trying to say he wishes that Africans are very much aware, like they should, but they are not. He said, when you come here, you become British, you become American. Do you know that under your passport, American passport, I don't know that of America, but British passport, do you know that place of birth is written there? You were born in Anambra.
Yes.
So you are British with British passport, but one day, you're going to hold that British passport at one international airport and you are expected to be treated as British, but they will check your place of birth. They'll say, no, you're not British.
Yes.
A government from all this part of the world, like it did, by, 100 years ago, so to say. Okay. So a government could rise from any part of this world and make this your British passport, citizenship, become nothing.
Useless. Exactly.
And nothing has actually
I don't know
much ever. Princess was always
what you recall
here, right? But nothing hits me that much coming from somebody who is an MP.
An MP. But if you recall, Maiyegun, I have said it multiple times on this platform. That the same way that they have written you as a British citizen is the same way they can write you out of that so-called citizenship. So we should not, we should not act brand new and act like, oh yes, because I've got a British passport, so therefore I'm entitled to this and that and the other. When it becomes inconvenient for you to be there, they will remove you easily and they will make it legal.
Not seen to this country 3-4 years ago now. God help them. But they were like a golden jewels after COVID. Do you understand? Today,
after COVID, exactly.
And there have been series like that. That's what the MP said. He said there has been series like that. But Africans never really pick. And that hits me.
Okay, so your plan is that you want to go back to Nigeria to see if you can...
Yeah.
No, not go back, I think go back, but try and see if you can, effect some kind of change.
I want to start putting an end to that feelings of if they catch you because you are speaking out.
Okay.
If they grab you because you are speaking out, or these people are dangerous. I want to put an end to that. Let them grab us. Let them grab us. Because last, something I've heard for the past 13, 14 years. Like I said earlier, right? I'm not going to sit here and hear that for the next 13, 14 years again because a lot will happen. And last,
absolutely.
Last, whatever we think is the shield for now may no longer shield us anymore.
That's Maiyegun. And in fact, coming from an MP, coming from the fact that you're speaking to an MP, then what you have to understand is that some of these things they're doing, as we're discussing it, is not too far from the seat of power. It's something that they're also discussing, something that they're thinking about actively, and something that they want to trigger when the situation calls for it. So we all have to be mindful, and I 100% agree with what you're saying, right? And that even brings me to what exactly the reason why I was actually calling. With regards to all of this tax reform and everything, you see that memorandum of understanding that they signed with France. I'm very interested to know exactly what that MOU is about, what we have to do with France, because it almost seems as if we have ceded our so-called sovereignty once again, maybe without us even knowing, to another colonial country, to another, so-called colonial power, another colonial master. So we have to start asking some very hard questions. Are we truly a sovereign country? Is it possible that another colonial master can take us over with the help of, of certain influences or certain actors like Tinubu and the rest? And if that is possible, why arms and letting it happen all over again? Is it that we haven't learned our lesson? Are we proud? Are we happy to be servants or the convenience of
to these people,
to be subservient to these people? Because of our weak leaders. When is it going to end? We're still talking about this tax. This tax issue is something that should actually trigger people. This is your money, your hand-earned money. You are seeing it that the government is not doing anything. Neither are they accountable. I think today I heard something about Malami stealing, is it 212 trillion or billion?
That is just on properties.
Naira.
No, that's just on properties. They found another, I think they found another maybe 300 or 400 billion. Another 42 bank accounts. That one is, he denied that they are not his money. This one is just on these properties they found. 212 billion naira. It's got to.
That is the value of all those properties.
University, secondary school, primary school, nursery, shopping mall, gallery. It's got all this stuff built in the last 8 years. 8 years. In the last 8 years, and this is one person. This is one so-called politician in what we call it, in public office. What are we doing? What are we waiting for? I keep talking about these things because I feel, listen, I've lived in this country, I've lived in the UK, I live in the US at the moment, for goodness sake, but I'm very, very much aware that this is not where we're meant to be, whether we like it or not. This is not where we're meant to be. All our intelligence, everything that we strive to do should actually be done in that continent. We have the ability to do so. If we continue in this fashion or whatever, we continue to justify those. In that trajectory, we continue to justify those stereotypes. We talk about black people, their inability to what they call it, to manage themselves and manage their own resources. So they feel justified to step in and manage it for you. When the truth is that we have the capacity, we have the capability, we have the people who can do all of these things and actually move that country. How many Nigerians even know what is going on in the country? Or how many even understands when they know what is going on? How many of them understands what is going on? Last year, Tinubu traveled to France. If you remember that trip that he was meeting with Macron, it was like that. You remember? Yeah? Right. It was that trip where they gave him this, shop my money, I don't care. You remember that banquet dinner?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Where they made Tinubu feel like a king from Nigeria that he signed off on Nigeria's rare earth minerals. So many Nigerians don't even understand what that means. Your uranium, your lithium, your every other rare earth minerals that you don't even know
that you don't even know
have been given key to access them. That was what that MOU, that trip did. But many didn't know or probably didn't understand. So
many don't know, many don't understand.
French companies already extracting different minerals in Nigeria since last year. Do you think they are not there already by now?
Of course they're there. It's just the French have been there, the Chinese are there, all of these countries are all there. The only people that are not beneficiaries of their own resources are the said Nigerians.
The Nigerians.
We're the only ones that are not. Yes, we're the only ones who are not beneficiaries of the so-called resources that we have in our own country. If we have politicians that, okay, you are getting something out of this rare earth metals, you're getting money, okay, so you're going to build roads, you're going to build hospitals, you're going to build schools and all of that. They're not doing that. They don't want to do that. Because again, an educated populace would be a problem for a corrupt government. Because imagine if you had an educated populace or an educated electorate. Do you know what kind of problems that will cause for government? So this thing they are doing to Africans, this thing they're doing to us in this continent is intentional. You know, it is intentional to make sure that we will never rise up to challenge the authority. But I'm hoping that somehow something will cause that domino effect to happen. One thing alone will start that domino effect. Let it just start. And then hopefully we start to change. A lot of people call me and they say, oh, if I've not yet chased Tinubu out of office, you are waiting for 2027. 2027, he will come and be your president again. After 2027, once that idiot son of his will come and be your president. If he wants. Okay? And then and then we carry on until we realize that
will never happen. Like you've seen Nigerians say that to your face before. You know, that kind of confidence. Well, my sister, forget that. I swear that can never in this country. It cannot. I'll be like, just shut up. Please. You know, please just.
Sheyi is already positioning himself. Sheyi is already positioning himself to be the next president. Not even to be the governor of Lagos State, to be the president of Nigeria. He's already positioning himself. So anyone who is thinking that that's not our future, we're looking at us, that is the future that we're waiting for. Unless we chase the current crop of politicians away from the country. You know, even just take your stolen wealth and just be going. I'm not even worried about things like the MOUs that they signed with all of these countries, because with a working government, you can nullify all of those things. Like I've always, and there's nothing they can do to you. This is your land. You cannot tell me that you're going to. You want us to honor the previous. No, we're not honoring it because those are fruits of a what they call it, a corrupt tree. So no, we are not going to honor those.
How could the supposed biggest, most populated country or black nation on earth be subservient to the French that we've not had any kind of like whatever historical.
We don't have anything in common. We don't have any historical connection to France.
Hand over or give them access to our citizens' data through taxes, income, earnings, business and all of that. They will have access to all this data, giving us what back in return?
My biggest fear is that you know what France has done in other countries where they've moved their central banks and everything to France. Before you know it, everything will be situated and located in France. You know, just the same way that.
That's what they will tell you.
Okay.
Forget that one. It will never happen. But when it happens, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do
exactly. What are you going to do? Oh, Maiyegun, I beg. Every time we talk about this, France, of all countries, of all people a country that is, is a third world country because it has nothing to offer to do in Europe. It has nothing to offer. It has no resources. It has nothing. France is a G7 country off of the back of African countries. If you remove every African country, if you remove France from the influence of every African country, it is a third world country. It has no ability to take care of itself. It actually needs this relationship in order to continue to be a so-called G7. And this is the problem I even have with people who are expecting countries like America to come to the aid of Africa. Think about it. France is a G7. Do you think that America and all of these other countries are unaware of how France is a G7? Do you think that they are unaware of how France gets its own money? Of course they are aware. They know this. But how many of them have challenged France? How many of them have said to France, you ought not to be doing this? This is not right. How many of those countries have done that? None. And none of them will ever do that because again, this works in their favor. Either they're doing worse elsewhere or it works for them. It works to maintain that balance, that so-called, this is the way the world ought to be. We are on top.
West.
The capitalist West and how do they the New World Order, the something stout, that's what they call us, and that works just well. They don't want us to ever change that dynamic. Do you understand? So they continue to do these things where they keep us impoverished, because this is an intentional poverty that APC came and did in Nigeria. We are poorer because of APC.
Yes.
We are more illiterate because of APC.
Right.
We are sicker because of APC. We are hungrier because of APC.
100%.
And
that's why I call them
we are
a lot of people probably should go and listen to that fella's music where, he called them Egbekegbe na bad society, APC. Egbekegbe. Do you get what I mean now? This is the combination of, the dredge of the society who have now gained access to important institutions whose decisions actually affect millions of lives. But here we have
millions of lives
running things.
And we have charlatans, like you said, running things. They affect the millions of lives here. They affect generations yet unborn. Because we're living a broken government and a broken society for the future children who are not even here, who will have to come and deal with this nonsense. And I say to Nigerians, the time for change is not tomorrow, it's not even today, it was yesterday. So anything that we want to do now, let's not wait until France puts a chain on our neck before we know that, okay, some people want to turn us into slaves once again. Let this be something clear to people. Let us understand that we have never been given freedom. We have never been given any independence. We are still slaves. And in order for us to break all of this chain, to break this chain finally, for Africa to actually be on that trajectory of being an independent continent, we need to rise up against these people. We are more than them. They are not more than us.
Thank you so much.
Maiyegun, Merry Christmas, bro.
You should have a wonderful holiday, by the way. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Maiyegun. God bless you. I will do.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Anyway, I actually never thought that we're going to last this long, but we did. So I am thinking of us calling it tonight, but I can see a few other people still trying to call in, okay? But there is a news. Remember Sunday Jackson, the one day sentenced to death for defending himself against the Fulani terrorists that attacked him on his farm 11 years ago. Yeah. So he was on his farm. Then this Fulani herdsman, for no reason, right, decided to graze on Sunday Jackson's farm. Sunday Jackson fought, and it's kind of like revoked him to leave his farm. Then he turned violent when this Fulani herdsman pulled out the knife. And in the process, he stabbed Sunday. When he stabbed Sunday, and where they were having this scuffle, Sunday managed to grab the knife. Then stabbed this herdsman to death. So immediately, Sunday Jackson was arrested by the Nigerian police. And from then on, he was sentenced to death by hanging for killing a herdsman on his farm. The argument was that, yes, Sunday Jackson's life was in danger when that Fulani pulled out that knife. But the moment Sunday Jackson took the knife from that herdsman, Sunday Jackson's life is no longer in danger. He was not supposed to go ahead and kill him. This judgment got to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court insisted that Sunday Jackson must be killed. And since they campaigned for his release, self-defense, which is also part of your law, and since the law is no longer probably going to protect him, it became an international campaign for the past 5 years. Yep. So finally, Sunday Jackson has been released and pardoned, whatever they want to call it, is now free. So the Americans that waded into the killings of Christians in Nigeria, the persecution of the minorities in Nigeria and the rest of that, were also advocating, including Congressman Riley. They advocated for the release of Sunday Jackson as part of the conditions where they're going to know that if Tinubu's government is not protecting terrorists, Sunday Jackson is free.
Nice to see you again. June 2021.
I was in. He's been in jail for 11 years for defending himself. He's lost so much. And right now, there is so much help that's being pulled his way. I have another caller. Let's take it. Hi. Hello.
Baba.
Yes, sir. Baba.
Hello.
I hear you. How are you doing?
Baba, more particularly.
Same old Neil, you know. We're just here.
I'm
supposed to stay somewhere for between the Ikene, now deal with Princess, or in Odogbolu, deal with Yakuf and others and all of them. Sure you get. But I did Glasgow. With the eating on right now in my Agbada, still feeling at home though.
Yeah.
Baba.
Wow. That enter where you want. That enter where you want enter so.
Yep.
Yeah, for see that kind enter. More follow enter with you. Anything will happen, me follow up all of us.
Anything will happen, me happen. Last, because we got to go in the Kuno, Baba. Sure you get me.
It don't say that the
we're just
way
going to go in there like, oh yeah, no, not like that. But I think it's time for, I don't know, because I personally believe one thing, right? That if somebody like me decided to actually make it a mission to encourage a lot of people, right, to actually really come back for a purpose, sure you get, who knows? I may actually, or we may be contributing into a revolution that some of us are probably not seeing yet. I think they are spoken to a lot of people, sir. They're ordinarily,
the thing here is this, right? We going back is not the problem actually. There are a lot of us that today, if it happens, all of us go back. We don't give a shit what's gonna happen. We don't give a shit who is coming for us. But you know, the annoyance here is this. Even the people who talk about their problems back in Nigeria, they are the annoying part of it.
I know.
Because they are the ones facing this problem. And once you get over there, you're going to see if anything happens. There will be the same idiots, the same buffoons that will come and say, you see, they will start speaking rubbish without thinking about what has been happening to them, what you have been bringing to them, what you have been talking about that is their main problem. They will never see it. That is where the annoyance is. That is why me always I used to say, look, if I talk, I talk. I am not fighting for any motherfucker.
Absolutely.
I am talking because it can affect me one way or the other. That is why I'm speaking up.
Because it's
all
I've got.
I am fighting
right?
for
because I may not have all the weapons. I may not have an army. I may not have all of this. But I've got this very much powerful voice, right? Where I believe that with lots of people who feel same way, okay, that voice could be amplified, you know, both physically and also otherwise. So that's one thing that nobody can take away from us, sir. No one should let anybody take that away from them. And as for the people who are already their own, the defender of their own oppressors, right? In the midst of all these people, there are those, all right, there are those who are still thriving to keep their heads above water without following the bandwagon in that sense. So they might need encouragement. Exactly. You know what I mean? Something needs to shift from that next year. I don't know. I've never felt like that in a very long time. I'm somebody who will tell me what is going on in that place. I don't care. But somehow I started feeling like, I don't know this feeling, right? And I'm still processing it. So that's why it's like I'm making a categorical declaration, okay? But you are going to see me next year, right? And it's probably going to be the riskiest or whatever of me that you've ever seen.
I mean, it's all fine, but I mean, or the only thing you can do, you don't kill anybody. You don't kill anybody. Nothing will happen.
The most issue is that they will say,
that's okay, they talk.
They say, how do you know people who are holding up to be your mama names? I say, okay.
If not that one, me say what they are to see all this my outer people say. Most of my videos they go for this money, nothing with the benefit to anything. Nothing with the PG. Yes, I go come. You go come hold me, say I insult you. So
that's what you're gonna
do.
Charge me for defamation.
This and that.
I'll spend maybe about 2-3 weeks in their prison, and then everybody.
You say, me. Waiting me, I want even talk. Waiting me, I want even talk. The person with the can come, make him come. Thank God, my own case even get at this moment. You where they go. You where they go. You didn't me. You wait. No. More even leave that one, but.
No, Ahmed, don't they talk same way?
No, wait. Make I talk one. Okay. That police they go send come.
Right.
That soldier they go send come. I have made uncountable of videos talking about their welfare.
I know.
Me, I go come use myself do example for them. See outside they look at my life. Look at your life. How many years have you been in service? Tell me. Look at me. Are you mad? Don't you see that? Now they go be like they never meet person go follow them relate talk well. Usually go talk senses into their head. Usually they go they listen to them, they go they look say be like say this one now being be our main like now in change our
Ahmed, for the sake of our listeners, Ahmed is a US Marine. He's been on different international review for American government. It's American property. Me and you know if you brag the same way. If they slap you, for airports. Now people will record them, go save my life. If they touch you for their airport, all you have to do is just to grasp the face and the faces of those involved. They will provide them when the final day come. There's somebody they go bring those ones where refund you for airport. Bring them here. But for me, now passenger will record and say, no be that Maiyegun they slap like that. But you know good though. What did the guy do? This guy mouth no good, Charade. The guy this Scotland they just talking and I say, but now so that's
that's the only why I say it will speak make all of us follow enter at once. That can enter. We go just enter at once.
Maybe I'll do this way.
And it's about the
or you come to the UK first. Then
you like they know that. All of us go. I'm a good only anything will happen. Your father make it happen.
But Ahmed, for real, I've been sucking here for a while. Sure, you get right. I know that it's going to sound somehow to some people, and I'm glad that we are not too many tonight. If not, my phone will start buzzing from this moment on. Maiyegun, I watched your program yesterday. What? Don't say that in. But come on, let's act normal.
Yeah, okay. If you know say that one, now forget now we're going
so Ahmed, see, I am saying it because I'm actually passing a message to a lot of you who have been feeling same, and somehow Maiyegun's diary Politico has made you feel like it is safer to be where you are. You don't have to bother yourself. Maybe over time, the wahala in Nigeria will pass and everybody can be able to still probably go back. I've done series of programs on how many people who actually went back, built a life in that place, built houses, built stuffs and all of that, with the intention of actually spending more time in Nigeria, only for them to actually pack back and say, you know what, I can't stay here. They went back. Sure, you get. Now, my own saying it doesn't mean that I'm going to come on to Maiyegun's diary Politico like this and say, hi guys, meet me at Ikeja shopping mall tomorrow afternoon.
No.
6 a.m. tomorrow.
No be that one now.
Right? No, I'm not stupid. What I mean by going back in the sense that whatever's going to happen, I've not done anything wrong, right? Whatever's going to happen,
exactly.
There are some reports that are better reported right from that place as they are happening, than for relying on people who actually, get all this info and send them to me. That's going to be a different, it's going to eat differently. You get what I mean? If I want to talk about Igongon, and I'm actually like speaking directly from Igongon with the people there, with their right experience, this is Maiyegun now. This is not Maiyegun's diary. No, this is Maiyegun here. You get what I mean? So it feels different. Yeah. And I think that is going to be my mission from next year, brother. So that, you know what? And I can feel the connection with the land.
Exactly.
If I can feel this so much, if I can feel this so much rage from far away, 6,000 miles away, right? I want to feel it while I'm there. So I want to see what the connection is like. If I'm still going to feel so enraged, and maybe, join others to change something.
Exactly.
Ahmed.
You know, the thing here is this. It's not all about the Nigerian government. For me, They don't say to me, nothing, nothing. They want to me. My own biggest problem and my own fear is the monsters they have created. Those are the ones. Because if you mistakenly enter those animals, it don't be for you. It don't be what you learn here. You understand? But if not to their security, to the government, nothing. Because I don't even see them.
You know what?
Because all of them,
tell people, right?
They are a bunch of cowards.
What me they tell people, we say, you see those Nigerians who have become what they have made them right now, okay? They are more dangerous than their politicians. You know that?
Exactly.
So this issue of kidnappings or targeted kidnappings, the copycats, the wannabes, and all of them existing in this place that has become so lawless, right? Put everybody's life in danger, at risk. If I get to Nigeria, right, for example, and their police or whatever comes, just for example, that will never happen, by the way. Just people should know that too. But for example, let's say that happened, that their police comes in and say, they've taken Maiyegun, or they've taken him to something police station in Lagos, or they are already taking him to Abuja. Do you know that's safe? Because all of you will know that, now them take him more. But if they talk to we know see Maiyegun for 2 days, his number is not going. He was traveling from Lagos to Abuja by road. Do you know that? Do you know the panic that a lot of you will be in?
That one
like,
different. We don't say
why would Maiyegun travel by road to Abuja? What happened now? She wants to see Bobo any. Because automatically
exactly.
They don't kidnap him. You know that's more dangerous.
I mean, now they fear be that. If not because of them. Wow.
But for this one,
Merry Christmas. Me say, I get you don't hear my voice has changed.
You will say if to say you see the Kaduna right now. You sure say you know go be one of those that go the target say you the greet Christians Merry Christmas.
My Martin Luya, I will
target you by now.
Maiyegun, you see us, waiting they happen with you,
yeah.
We they born us inside this people, and then born us, we can't go, we can't be say nothing with them, you could think continually you understand? They don't try nothing with the citizens because they can't influence who we carry for my area.
Yep.
My parents don't I won't be with you over 50 years. The parents need to in Kaduna in that area will be over 40 something years. You understand? So even that Sharia
fight, don't witness some of these general riots.
That Sharia fight with them fight for 2000. When they follow all these most of these Igbos, these Qatar, all these southern Kaduna people, most of them now my compound, they come put them. That time my mom see she just travel come back. That if she travel like that, she did come back. My grandma go carry a bag of garri because her train she did follow come back. She go carry and come back. That garri when she come carry, she just travel come back. Now in that riot, fight start. Those people they live for my compound almost like 4 to 5 days before. I think the 6th day before we come out. Call like the look outside, come to say military patrol vehicle. Because of them say we get some people inside the house. If no be because of us, they for enter come. They for go kill those people. As they know say now for our house, nothing where they do it now. Another people where do say with the harbor Arna with the harbor incident, they go fit join our house. But we know houses where we see them burn their house and they say they harbor people. You understand? We Maiyegun, we know houses where we say because they harbor some people to save their life, then burn their house join. But our own then big yada. If you try them, you go understand. Not to say mouth or we know the kind, we know how many people we help for that area. My own pops, even when they do down go Qatar, we still remember those times then. You understand? You get some things we say we don't do for that area. We say, big head and Make you can't do anyhow. We can't reach this time. We say we say come you know you see it.
Thank you very much.
We there everywhere.
Everybody get their rich and all that. But the thing is that somehow I am pretty much no longer going to let the affair define how I feel or what I do from going forward. But I'll leave it at that.
You know somebody on the talk something one time. I do most sense now one of their as in yeah the talk one person on the talk say these ones we know them now Yorubas, all those ones we see them boss or not. Now in one person we see another and say better may you hold your mouth. This one will see. Don't think he go finish you for years. The way they say now he go finish you. This one and then be the original people we get this person. Better may pack well. Right? You know talking for where they in the talk and that one come the tell and say if them born and well come and talk that rubbish.
It's actually so wonderful from you again. So you know, me and you go see next year though, right? Is that we see you because I'm coming to get that particular training. You get that one, that long gun.
I
know you do. So I just remind you, right? Because I
go not carry more collection drop for you. So your hand will touch better.
No worries.
Nice
one, Ahmed. Have a nice evening, okay? Yeah, that's Ahmed. Anyway, sorry guys. I am going to have to call it a night now, okay? So thank you so much. Go enjoy the rest of the Christmas and the Boxing Day as well. I am going to see you again when I see you, all right? So thank you very much. And remember, like the broadcast if you haven't already, and share it as well, okay? You all have a blast, a wonderful weekend.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. náà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní èsúra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní èsúra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní èsúra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní èsúra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran òun.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.